Today we start with I am an expert on feeling emotions deeply and not needing a scar or a golden star or talking about them as laundry. And yes, I am in the Enlightenment Soul Age group. So that's probably why. That's AKA my restorative embodiment. You can have it too. I'm also attachment trauma informed. I'm a 5D mystic. I knew my clairs were for a reason, for a lot of different, I won't talk about that now, but empowered woman or person, independently, I already know because I'm attachment trauma informed. Yeah, they won't want a little. When we hear the mantles of mental health, the mantles of yoga, the mantles of feelings, the mantles of anything, I think of two things. One, therapy, if it's that hard to do emotions, because that means there's some stuff going on from your childhood, infancy, and straightforward as it gets. Don't need to make it into, like, let's cheer each other on how many golden stars. But again, I have a good relationship with my inner child. So let me say, when someone said, don't be you, Maria, excuse me, I don't understand you. You're talking to a 3 year old who told the very people who were the home, yeah, no, I'm Maria, consistently. You can see how much my mother makes fun of me, and Daniel Siegel confirmed. He is Mindsight Institute founder, bunch of courses. I forget what his title is, but I'm pretty sure therapist is included. Neurobiologist, not neuroscientist, because he's always like, yeah, those neuroscientists, they're really good brain experts. And I'm like, yep, they know there's no demon or devil or anything possessing anyone. So 5D mystics know about the plane of energy, which is why we don't talk about energy vampires. That's the mantles of mental health. And a lot of people I've noticed, they're doing a lot of, not only I'm a Reiki master, the holistic practices, they don't have therapists with them, and they really need to get that stuff on board. So I'm going to make sure we talk about any reflective practice. I'm going to continue to repeat it. That thank you, Daniel Siegel. See, he's a responsible human being because he cares about your actual mental health, and he also isn't going to say you have to go around saying that it's my fault, your fault. So people who are good therapists, they will inform you you're healable for one. They will also inform you that we are moving in a different era and we are not needing to keep people all with the same pronouns, not accepting polyamory. So, on that note, here's why 3D, 4D thinks we're going to hell. They think that we're all Luciferian era, and there's a story for you. So, yeah, people who want the story, this is not it, because I'm infinite higher human conscious potential experience. See, Jesus, I love Jesus. Jesus is the one who taught me to always believe in love and keep my heart open and to forgive. That's why I believe in love. So when I'm presented with anything, I knew I was supposed to, and I did, in fact, forgive, not with, oh, let me hang it over your head. No, actually here. So see, believing in yourself is an inner child's game. Implicit memory, it's called. The first 3 years of your life. So if you had a shit show, I didn't. Okay, and I'm not gonna make it personal, but I'm gonna say I have a happy body and hearing again. You pretend you got some shit going on. It's like, really, I'm not sure how to take this at any point in time. I have a good relationship with emotions. Do I need to make a big deal? Is this it? Because my embodied brain is good. Thank you, Stephen Porges. I guess I'm blessed with alleles or whatever it is. See, there's a word for it. I got attachment trauma informed, and I'm pseudoscience lady because I bring human, spiritual, and spirituality elements. So here's the deal. Some of us easily get to be ourselves and have feelings. When I see all these mantles, I'm like, wow, does everybody have Cusco attitude? Because really, Elsa's journey is lasting. It's like these TV shows. I would watch cartoons when I was a kid. And there's this one, Holly and Benji. It's soccer players. Oh my gosh, to get to the end of that field took, I think, months. And I'm still thinking about that because when I was as a child, which our perspective changes, I didn't notice that it took that long. As a grown up, I was like, what the hell? And the soccer field isn't that big. Okay, so when you believe in yourself, we've been talking about that. You are gooey, ooey, ooey. So let me read this because this I've had since I was a teenager. Excuse me, I'm going to have to clean my eye. I have dry eyes. And Italian, it means something different. And no, I don't have that because I don't believe in bad luck. Because, see, I'm a 5D mystic. And so people are actually afraid of me. I'm an Akashic record reader, tarot card reader. I'm a Reiki master. So, yes, when with my friends we tease about woo woo lady, some of them are like, yeah, I don't want to be not your friend. I'm like, you know what? I do know of people trying to get into my energy field, but it's energy. So when they've done that, I've done blow you away, shoo shoo, light some candles, there you go. And 4D doesn't know anything about how to expand because they keep on sitting and staying in, unfortunately for them, but they're going to say, no, no, she's bullshit. There is the plane. So we leave it alone. But yeah, they're going to say pseudo aliveness because their inner child doesn't get saved and the default mode network keeps scanning self and others. They're using their amygdala because the frontal lobes are flopped down because safety behavior means you're alert, alert, alert. Your brain's actually in the limbic system. And again, I'm attachment trauma informed, so I'm explaining an integrated piece of information that I know because I know how my brain works. Because I remember when I was washed with the waves of emotions as I was getting older with my brain, yes. And I said, okay, Maria, we can sit in the middle. And I told that to people. There was my lovely twin flame one included. And then the T2 and T3 came about. But, at that point, I had already mastered my emotional plane and mental plane thanks to T1. In fact, I always thank them because I'm like, wow, you are a sweetie pie. So long story short, I also had other friends, and I still have them. These people, they stay in your life forever. Because see, 5D mystics, we don't cut cords or lose people. The whole thing about losing people is spiritual bypassers who think they're not negative. Nobody's negative. You don't know the academics are talking to you about. Really, we should not be talking about people as inherently good or evil, the academics. So I like to learn from smart people. That's the fact people. And they may have qualitative and quantitative, but I know the difference. So when I come on here and share, I'm for personal development, self-help people that want to do it seriously, but I'm a voice right now that's just sharing. Hey, guess what? Some of us, when uncertainty or an unwanted comes our way, we have our resources. Mine's Jesus and God, even though I can't use that. So I'll use consciousness, essence of life and love. And look, I can do emotions because Maria is always Maria. Yes. And so anytime somebody's been like, you need to change, I'm like, what? Yeah, no, there's a door behind me. You can go out. I ain't changing at all. Not even a little bit. You see this face? I just learned how to make sure that I say, hey, here's who I am. 5D mystic. I'm a solo polyamory person. Make sure to remember that. And I love people. Don't bring me no negative shit about people because that's going to get boring pretty quick. No, I won't tell you that part. I'll just hear you. As you dismantle every single thing, I'm going to think of Albert Einstein, and he says, stay away from negative people. Yes, they bring a problem for every solution. Yes, so they dumb me down completely. And this is anybody who doesn't believe in humanity, FYI. So I learn from the academics, even the ones I don't like, because that's what a grown-up emotional brain knows how to do. But I don't believe in stories. So here's what I did. I said, hey, God, your people, because they're now your people, but it's not that they're not my people. It's that there is a group. They're called the Human Suffering Love Group. And again, they're going to say Luciferian era is here, and we're not Luciferian anything. And again, why are you using an ancient story when we have attachment trauma information and neuroscientists who prove with the technology there's no demon possessing anyone as they continue to build their data? Or let me think again, dissociative identity disorder. There are the subject matter experts that don't believe in their colleagues. You get people chasing Daniel Siegel down because he's informing us of information that is helpful to help us understand how to get to our humanity. I wonder about that one. So whenever I see any person who wants to limit human consciousness, see, I'm unlimited. That's what happens when you're like, wow, everything's explainable. Let's explain it as many times as we can, like it's a 5-year-old. So we're going to do some also tarot, though. Let me read this because I have a good one for you today. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself to the depths of your being. Nourish the talents your spirit is freeing. Didn't anybody get given this information as a teenager? Because I do remember every single grown-up telling it to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to you guys and gals and days. The time we didn't have the days. But when they said you need to be different, no, that part, no. You told me to be me. And actually, I have a higher power. It's called God. I made you the way I wanted you to be made. But see, your authentic self is not you until you can be kind and compassionate, which is what people don't understand about goodness. Your 0-1-year-old with you. In nightmares, your 0-1-year-old, your 2-year-old, your 3-year-old, they're all implicit. People don't want to believe it. Well, trauma memory is lingering in your body and your brain. Peter Levine, Bezo van der Kolk, Daniel Siegel, Stephen Porges, I can name them. And no yoga with demons. No. It's a portfolio, ventral, vagal, nervous system exercises. You know what I love about learning? Oh, I love this. Where's a quote? There's a quote that I saw somewhere, and it actually made so much sense. I need to see it. Okay, let me keep reading. Know in your heart when the going gets slow, sure, yeah, that your faith will continue to grow in yourself. That's true. It's completely true. I can tell you all about it. I'm 44. I've continued to be Maria. Ask my mother, ask my twin, ask my younger sister. There's only a few people that I allow to tell me, you have to be friends with them, Maria. And really, that's only one person, and it's only because she's my baby sister, not my baby. I don't have babies. I don't want babies. There's plenty of babies out there. In fact, there are babies that you have to tell at 50 plus years of age how to conduct themselves when they're doing a pity party dance of basically an adolescent, and you're not an adolescent anymore, but your brain is, because you didn't tend to your emotional plane. And so misery wants company. Yeah, misery ain't coming here, and don't impose yourself. But I'm not going to say energy vampire. No, you're not decent. No, I'm going to say, look, I thought I made it clear. I don't want to be your friend. 3 years, no friend, no acquaintance. I know how to make acquaintances. I know how to make friends. I know if I like you or not. I'm not going to pretend. Why would I pretend? I don't need you, and you don't need me. I need air, water, food. Can you tell how emotions work with an inner child that is an adult? Because this is as easy as it gets. Keeps getting easier and easier. As I said, 15, you should have seen me. I didn't even bother telling anyone anything because I just knew. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, cool. Because I learned from my 11 and 14 who not to be around. And when you find the people who don't know healthy boundaries, and they talk about people who are unreliable as having each other's back, yeah, I remember a situation where I was in, and I was like, okay, you are totally not having my back right now. You're a dumbed down man who's being reactive like you are an adolescent. We are not in teenage years. And if I were, I would not even be here with you, probably. I'm only here because of another connection that we have. And I need to move away from here because you're not safe, nor are the people that are around me. And I get up and move. And there you go. It's not an action adventure movie for an alive person because, again, we're not like, oh, let me tell you about this thing that happened. Guess what? So yeah, when you see pseudo aliveness, it's not pretty because there's trauma beneath that one. That's because I'm trauma and attachment form. So anytime I'm with anyone, I'm like, okay, I know you have alters. Nope, you have. I don't know, but no, I don't do that. But if I think back, I can do what I just did because I can totally tell when somebody is not expanding their consciousness because they don't know what they're doing, because they don't keep the people around them safe. I know how to keep myself safe because I'm like, okay, where's the exit? There it is. Let me get up and go. That's it. I'm removing myself from a situation. That's the smart thing to do. Other than that, you're acting like a quote unquote badass. You ain't no badass. You're in a movie that doesn't exist. And in movies, nobody gets arrested. In real life, they do. There's an evil scale. Michael Stone is his name. He's a forensic criminologist. The first 1 to 7 get in trouble because they're stupid idiots, unfortunately, who don't get given the good directives, and who knows what else is going on. So we don't need to judge anyone. I learned how not to cast stones, and I was very ashamed. Maria, you're casting stone, because the grown-ups taught me good and bad, and I stopped the good and bad from here in 10th. I have to use words, but they don't mean anything to me. And when people say they do, well, they do because I have to communicate. That's really the only reason I use words, is otherwise I'd be not able to convey a message. But you ask me if a word is fixed in stone. No, that's why one of my good friends called me a hypocrite. And I said, you know what? Your explanation makes sense because this and that are true to me. And no, I'm not sticking to one thing. And people like to consistently fix their own subjective experiences. So when you say I don't have opinions, I'm neutral, they say, no, I don't like that. What I'm trying to say is I have no charge. Let me expand. What I'm trying to say, I'm emotionally mature. What I'm going to try and expand on is I'm unflappable. What I'm going to try, I'm going to keep on instructing informatively people on what the word neutral means, so they can figure out. If you don't know how to be inside of you completely at ease while uncomfortable with my panic attacks, well, I'm not wishing that on anybody. But I do know that my journey to here is quite smooth, because my first year of life and second and third, not scary. So I'm very serious when I say I'm lucky and I feel deeply. I don't need a little golden star. I don't need no golden scars. What I do want to share is how we can deal with uncertainty and unwanted with the inner growth mindset for those of you who want to do emotions. And those of you who are okay with emotions and you don't shit on humanity and you do know there's no devil or evil. And there we go. So we're going to continue talking now that we've gotten those who are not interested in what is actual great human information, FYI. Okay, so we're going to keep reading this. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself to the depth of your being. Nourish the talents your spirit is freeing. Know in your heart when the going gets slow that your faith in yourself will continue to grow. Don't forfeit ambition when others may doubt. It's your life to live. You must live it throughout. Learn from your errors. Don't dwell in the past. Never withdraw from a world that is vast. Believe in yourself, find the best that is you. Let your spirit prevail, steer a course that is true. Bruce B. Wilmer. So, a self empowered woman or man or they doesn't seek a golden scar or a star for feeling emotions when uncertainty or unwanted come about. Why? Because they take their emotions seriously and they can discern and know, oh, it's not a fact, it's an emotion. I don't like it. It's not a rule. I don't need to project it. Thoughts, not a fact again. You learn how to do this. People with personality disorders and or childhood trauma get supported to get a hold of their inner child. So when you say be you and people say no, that's when I know, okay, I got a 0 1 year old who's not wanting to be their self. I'm going to shut my mouth now because I do personal development when I'm in, session with one-to-one or group, not when I'm out being friends. No, I'm just going to know, okay, we don't have love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. No, that's not love. Love is not in your adrenaline. No, love is a securely attached person, as Stephen Porges will present. No storytelling. Okay, so here's where we do have cards. They're amazing. When you learn about the Four of Cups, and these are actually, let me show you in between, because these are not traditional tarot, just so you know. They're an in between. They get you from one to the next. And I have my favorite decks. This is not one of them, but that's because you can perceive as a 5D mystic the energies. And when a person has a lot of dense energy, it's because of a lot of human suffering that they haven't processed. And so I can perceive that, which is why this deck is beautiful. I enjoy it, but it's not vibing with my tribe. Okay, so I'm using it though because it does give good meanings of what we're going to talk about. And it's because my tribe, the HP tribe, they're only human love narrative. They're the ones who know that we're awesome. We can do emotions. We don't want to whine about it. We don't need a superhero cape. We're not saying it's easy. We're saying we don't need a story. We don't need a superhero, super villain saving story. This is not a story. This is I do personal development, self-help. I can entertain you, but I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to support people, to tap into more of them. So 4 is where you're being offered stuff. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Always the same shit, always the same shit. And then you look back, oh, I regret everything I did. I regret everything I did. Yeah, okay, those are the people who don't get out of their rumination. Oh, look, the devil. Let me blame the devil. The devil. Temperance. You need to learn instead, if you want. You don't have to. How to use your limbic system. Get into your prefrontal cortex. This happens easily for those of us who have secure attachment. That's because I'm aware my thoughts, emotions ain't no fucking facts. It's coming up. It's myself that has been constructed by my home. Again, doesn't anybody know your family gave you words to use? I said, nope. I was never depressed. You want to keep telling me shit that ain't mine? People want to give you the words to use. They don't like a 3-year-old saying no. Because a herd is a herd, so they all want to be accepted. See, I don't have this fear of inadequacy. I say, no, I use the words I wanted to use, and you're correcting me, and I want you to leave me alone. So I don't talk to people as Maria once I get corrected. The story of the devil, temptation, rumination, anything that is really challenging in a way of, I want a scar because you know what? I rose from the ashes. Give me a medal. That's how I see people when they're talking to me about anything that's gone on in their life and they're like feeling. So again, like, okay, emotions. Didn't anybody tell you that means you're alive? You're a real boy, real girl, real day. You're not Pinocchio. I don't understand why we're, so as I got older, I was just like, I'm a person. I don't need to think of my brain as hard. So 6 of Swords, you moving out of your, it's hard to think, Maria. No, not really. Not if you're like, let me soften it up. They're only words. I'm processing information. This is practice. You put it into practice. It wasn't hard. Again, I'm presenting 7 of Swords. Yeah, well, that one. Now, here, this one is fun because if you're doing it to yourself and you don't notice it, well, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. If you're doing it to others and it's somebody like me, I notice it as a teenager. All these people are afraid of telling the truth, and now I know it's a 3-year-old with a broken heart and a 1-year-old that has no home because that human being isn't becoming their own nervous system regulator, but they don't know how to regulate. So if you didn't learn self-regulation, that means you had a home where you dysregulated. It's not an insult. It's a thing. If you don't know how to get here, oh yeah, that's right. We have people saying, well, I went to therapy. I'm an avoidant attachment. I saw people picking on avoidance, so I'm going to stand as an avoidant and say all the people who smile are the most depressed. People are fucked up. I don't want to journal or do any mindfulness or meditation because people are fucked up. So that's a very interesting way to say, let me stay vulnerable to my limbic system and alert, alert. That's why the 4D uses their amygdala and pseudo aliveness. They don't heal, they don't get to the end, or they're always on repeat. It's the consistent Elsa journey. Show yourself I'm dying to meet you, and then they do it again. And that's your karma wheel. Very straightforward. So here's what happens when you finally are presented again and again and again with equations, right? So the self-sabotage or let me cheat on someone or whatever it is that you basically don't take ownership of. Okay, so yeah, if you do, you don't do any of that, by the way. You just move out of the 6 and the 7. We don't do let me lie to you because I'm going to be, nope, I'm going to tell you to your face what I think. I don't want to hide it. Why should I? It's not a movie. Huh? You have no weapon and I have none. I will not be using my words in a way to try and hurt your feelings, but I know that that doesn't matter because you're going to tell me I can't prove intent. And I learned that I would not be trying to prove, I'm not going to prove shit. I'm going to leave it alone. You can make up in your mind whatever you want. But I know I, Maria, choose to tell you the truth. Whatever you do with that truth is not mine. And so, unfortunately, split thinkers, black and white thinkers, and that's not only the ones who don't know about their personality disorders, which it would serve them really great if they did, because once you find out I make up shit in my brain about people I love because I have shame, you might stop doing it. You might learn how to pause, and then you might learn how not to attack people that you love because of feeling things that are right to be there and that you can heal. Okay, so here's where Dr. Daniel Fox, great for anybody who wants an expert on personality disorders, humanizes them, explains to you how to help every single one of those people out there who wants to be supported, which is where the wheel, you get to choose. You want to believe a story of a devil and a demon, or do you want to believe attachment and trauma information and personality disorder information? And you know what? The mantles of mental health, I'm immune to the narcissist. Yeah, we don't do that. We support the narcissist. Whether they're aware of being narcissist or not, we'll know how to handle a person so that we can support their body to remember, hey, you got a secure attachment, 0 1 year old waiting, but in a way that doesn't make you overwhelmed. And that's where every reflective practice can overwhelm the human being system, which is why those holistic events that they do without any kind of attachment trauma information, again, I'm going to share information with all of my viewers at the very least so that you can understand every reflective practice can bring shit up. Don't go and put yourself under pressure emotionally because you risk to re-traumatize yourself. And this is very serious. It's not dangerous. It's not helpful because it's emotions that get your window tolerance to go and skyrocket, and you don't need that. That's not going to help you get anywhere because you're offline. If you're offline, you're not processing the emotion, the sliver of it. You're not making sense of the narrative. You're not integrating your brain. Thank you, Daniel Siegel. Okay, so the wheel is where you get to also balance. This is wheel and justice. Okay, so you want to balance it out so that you can work through moon, all those emotions that arise, and move to the sun, and move to your inner child, and move to more of you. Okay, so there's a way to heal properly, and it is not by overwhelming your emotional system. And there's a lot of people that create events. Again, I will be spotlighting that every time because it's not about you having to do hypnotherapy, shamanism, any of that. It's simply I'm sharing with you all knowledge so that you can spread the word and get attachment trauma informed. One place for that, NICABM. They have free infographics. Patrick Tiahan is a childhood trauma survivor, but he's focused on that. So NICABM, they have a lot more infographics that describe to you. And in fact, their website, you can go check it out. They have memory, the types of memory we have. Go look at that one. That'll tell you about implicit and explicit. So learn about what your emotions are because the window of tolerance is what people also don't know. It's not only about doing ventral vagal breathing. That's the part. No, it's about learning first how your system is and figuring out, gauge your nervous system, gauge your temperature, gauge things and stay within a window of welcome. And yeah, teenagers, they don't think overwhelming their system, and they're not teenagers. These are grown human beings. They seek that very interaction, and that's not going to get you over the hump. That's going to keep you in what is a shame cycle. So you find your balance, you bring justice to yourself, you say, ah, look, I see my emotions. I see my thoughts. Lo and behold, there's nothing that was against me or anyone. There's no, fucking ego. Whenever I see there's Jezebel coming after you, no, there's these people. They're envious of you. That's one way to stay as a teenager on Elsa's journey in Cusco. As Cusco accuses Pacha of being against him, when instead Pacha was telling him the truth. Perfect example. So I learned how I'm just going to tell you the truth. And whatever accusation, I don't give a shit. You can accuse me however you want. I'll be like, you know what? And I've had these conversations. So the Five of Swords is where people sometimes stay stuck in their mind accusing other people. Oh, I perceive plenty of people in my oversoul that they don't like me because I tell them things to their face and I don't say yes to everything they want. And that's okay because I don't do let me address your passive aggressive, low self esteem and direct communication. It's not my business, it's yours. It's your inner child and it's your human suffering love narrative story. So is why me? Well, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, because you don't bring joy to your own circus. So Four and Five of Wands are beautiful cards for 5D mystics because one, we have always victory. That's expansion of consciousness, expansion of spirituality, all of it. And then with your team of family, you do Indiana Jones style. So it's an adventure. So the Five of Wands typically shows people battling each other, but the battling is with clubs and not swords. And like I said, it's where you're learning new skills thanks to being around your loved ones who are all different vibes. So I get to learn from my human suffering love tribe. They can learn from me if they want. If they don't, their note is going to be suffering consistently. Mine isn't. It's love. Why love? Maybe don't. Nope, no hurting. I'm a securely attached 0-1-year-old. I know how to be Maria's safe haven, secure base. It's why I'm a solo poly. And that's also because relationship, anarchy, and non-hierarchical. Don't give me a label. I have a name. Use it. I've also seen men use these, like, let me use a little name. So see past experiences. Yes, they've used it to cover up shit. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use my name. And if you do anything else, I'm probably going to notice like, something might be up. We'll find out. I don't need to uncover anything because by you walking a walk that's crooked, I'll notice. Oh, look, okay, they are zigzagging. I knew something was up, but I wasn't going to say anything. I waited. And that's because that's the higher road. So lovers, it's not about a twin flame necessarily at all. Nope, it's about you choosing to be the best version of you and then moving forward. Chariot. And that's how easy it is for a woman. I have twin flames and soulmates. Oh, you should see me as I contemplated things and noticed how people don't know how to expand. So the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, that's where it burdens some people. Not people who have good relationship with emotions. We're like, I knew it. I was expanding. Every time I've expanded, I've known it. Now it's like small feet, meaning I know I'm always healing. So when I get sad, that's the 3 of Swords, I automatically know, oh, look, I'm processing, I'm releasing. Yay! That's because crying is good. Sadness is about connection, which is about love. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm suffering. Okay, so there's a difference when you have processing of heart stuff with your mind, divine feminine, divine masculine, in harmony and gut stuff. It's called the secure attachment self. And it's really fun to be here. It's called being yourself. You can come here too, inner growth mindset, do the journey with me one-on-one, and achieve those limitless possibilities. Or we will have a masterclass at some point. But in the meantime, again, empowered women, yeah, we don't want a golden scar or star. I don't have rupture. I learned as a teenager what a heart does when it's broken. It's a muscle, Maria. Wow. Okay, cool. So they can't actually physically do anything unless they're, well, that's okay. I'll just stay away from those people. Anything else, bring it on. And it's kind of like the Emperor's New Groove. And I'm not saying it where I said bring it on because I want it. No, what you find out is people don't know love. So every time I've gotten the opportunity to say bring it on, and the last time it happened, I already knew. I knew exactly this is going to be the last time I get to bring it on, and I know where I'm headed, and it's going to be amazing. And when that happened, I was like, see, Maria, you already knew. Yeah, I did know. And then it kept getting even more amazing. So here's the deal about twin flames and soulmates. They're all amazing. Surprise, we don't have saga or drama. Every time I hear the dark night of the soul, I'm like, what the fuck? Does everybody have to feel like dark? There's no dark night of the soul. My soul's Why are we using ego death? My ego is still right here. Maria's right here. I can see me. I can soothe me. I don't know why you keep on repeating yourselves, 4D community. And that was, I was like, oh, that's right. They don't have their 0 1 year old. Okay, so with that being said, I have my 0 1 year old. Welcome aboard. If you stay it until the end, like, share, subscribe, and join us for more. We will be having another episode, but I need to decide what I want to do it about. Meantime, thank you so much. If you also want, we have audio versions on like 11 different podcast platforms, and there's Ask Maria on those ones for now. When we get to 1K, we'll have the Ask Maria here, and there's other stuff I was going to say, but it's okay. I'll say it in the next one. Thank you.